Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to see a phase change of ice. Now here, whenever ice is heated at atmospheric pressure, we have learned that ice will convert into water and water will convert into vapor. Now let us understand this phase change. Now for ice is nothing but H2O. That means it is formed from it is a solid form of water, right? Therefore for water we have seen for H2O, triple point temperature, triple point is a point where substance exists in all the three phases. Triple point of water is nothing but temperature at triple point is 0.01 degree Celsius, which is nothing but 273.16 Kelvin, and pressure at triple point of water is 610.42 Pascal. And triple point is a point where substance exists in solid plus liquid plus vapor state. And also we have seen in one of the lecture triple point of water on pressure versus temperature diagram, right? Pressure versus temperature diagram. Now here there is a sublimation line. This line is called sublimation. This line is called sublimation. Then there is a vaporization line, right? This line is called vaporization. And there is one more line called fusion line. There is a fusion line that already we have seen these concepts. My dear students, if I extend this vaporization line, right, if I extend this vaporization line at some location, I will get critical point, and this critical point concept we have seen in previous lecture. Now here, between this fusion line and sublimation line, the state of liquid, the state of water is solid. Here there will be ice, right? Between fusion and vaporization line, the state of water is liquid, that is it is a liquid state, that is water. And between sublimation line and vaporization line, the state of water is vapor, that is it is in vapor state. Therefore we will get one point where sublimation, fusion and vaporization line meet, where the substance exists in all the three phases, that is here there will be a solid as well as liquid as well as vapor state. Therefore this point is called triple point. And triple point of water, the pressure at triple point of water is 610.42 Pascal, and temperature at triple point of water is 0.01 degree Celsius, which is nothing but 273.16 Kelvin. And this triple point concept already we have seen in one of the lecture. Now my dear students, if the ice is heated at atmospheric pressure, atmospheric pressure means 1 atmosphere means 1.01325 bar, 325 bar, right? Here 1 atmosphere is nothing but, let us write properly, 1 atmospheric pressure is nothing but 1.01325 bar. That bar is nothing but 10 to the power 5. Therefore it is 1.01325 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal, which is nothing but 101,325 Pascal. Now my dear students, this pressure is very much more than 16.42 Pascal, right? Therefore the atmospheric pressure is somewhere here, we can say the atmospheric pressure is somewhere here 1 atmosphere, which is nothing but 101,325 Pascal. Therefore if ice is heated at atmospheric pressure, then first solid converts into liquid, and then solid converts into liquid, and liquid converts into vapor. Therefore for ice at atmospheric condition, the phase change is ice will become water and water will become vapor. This will be the phase change condition. Now let us understand this heating of water or ice, right? That is phase change of ice. Now one thing we have understood, that as the triple point pressure of water is less than atmospheric pressure, therefore on heating the ice will convert into first liquid form and then in vapor form. Let us consider ice at minus 5 degrees Celsius. Let us consider we have ice at minus 5 degrees Celsius, and we have to convert into vapor, at 150 degrees Celsius, 150 degrees Celsius. Now for this phase change, let us understand the conversion of ice, right? So one by one, step by step, we will calculate this phase change, right? Now here we have ice T1, very first temperature is for ice. Now we have ice which is at temperature T1, which is nothing but minus 5 degrees Celsius. Minus 5 degrees Celsius means plus 273 Kelvin. Here plus 273 we have to add, which is nothing but 268 Kelvin. This is the ice, right? Here it is in ice. Now whenever this ice is heated, right, on heating, let us heat this ice. if I heat, then this temperature will change. This temperature will change. Here I am doing heating, and the heat responsible for temperature change is called sensible heat. Therefore, during this heating, the temperature will change, and first this ice will become ice at 0 degree Celsius. We will get ice at T2 is equal to 0 degree Celsius, which is nothing but 273 Kelvin, which is nothing but 273 Kelvin, right? And my dear students, here during this heating, the temperature is changed from 268 Kelvin to 273 Kelvin. The heat which is responsible for temperature change is called sensible heat. Therefore, this first heat is called sensible heat. And my dear students, here there will be no phase change, right? Because ice will remain ice only. Therefore, it is in solid state. Therefore, here I will say it, this state is solid state, right? Solid state. Now, for this solid state, here the heat supplied in state 1 will be equal to, now for during phase change, or during, sorry, temperature change, heat is mcdt. Therefore, here mcp of ice, because it is in solid state. Therefore, we have to consider specific heat of ice, m specific heat of ice into T2 minus T1, into T2 minus T1. This is the heat supplied, right? And change in entropy in state 1. Therefore, ds1, change in entropy in state 1 for the ice will be equal to, entropy change is mc ln of T final divided by T initial. Therefore, it is mcp of ice, because it is in ice form, mcp of ice ln of T2 divided by T1. This is the entropy change in first state, that is in sensible heating, right? Now, my dear students, once the ice reaches at 0 degree Celsius, then on heating, the ice will convert into water. That means there is a phase change. Now again, if I heat, go on heating, again heating. During this heating, the solid is converting into liquid. We can say solid is converting into liquid. Therefore, solid to liquid, there is a fusion, right? Solid to liquid phase change is called fusion. This type of phase change is called fusion, right? The phase change from solid state to liquid state. Now, therefore, let us say it will convert into water. It will convert into water at T2 is equal to 0 degree Celsius. Temperature will not change during phase change. Temperature do not change. The same, at same temperature there will be a phase change. Therefore, the second heat is called latent heat. The second heat is a latent heat. Now, therefore, the second heat Q2 we can calculate as this Q2 is equal to, latent heat is nothing but mass into latent heat of fusion. Here we have to consider latent heat of fusion, right? And entropy change 2, this ds2, entropy change 2 will be equal to heat, entropy is nothing but heat by temperature. Therefore, it is Q2 divided by T2, which is nothing but m latent heat of fusion divided by T2. Constant temperature process, it is a constant temperature process, right? Now, after that, once you reach water at 0 degree Celsius, then again go on heating. Then the temperature will change for this water. Again on heating, the temperature will change for this water, and this water will heat up to temperature T3, which is nothing but 100 degrees Celsius, which is called 373 Kelvin. And at this temperature, the water will be remaining in water only. That means here it is a sensible heating of water. It is in liquid state, right? It is in liquid state, right? And this heat on heating, here we are heating, right? After heating, water temperature increases from 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius, and it will remain in liquid state only. Therefore, this third heat is nothing but sensible heat of water. Therefore, heat 3 Q3 we can say m Cp of water, because now it is in water form. Cp of water into T3 minus T2. This will be the sensible heat. And entropy change during this ds3 is equal to entropy is mcp now, but it is in water form. Therefore, mcp of water ln of T3 divided by T2. This is how we have to calculate entropy change during this state, right? Again, if I go on heating this water at 100 degrees Celsius, then this water will convert into vapor at the same temperature. Therefore, again heat this content, right? Go on heating. Now here again I am heating, right? During this heating, here temperature will remain same. The temperature will remain same T3, but there will be a phase change at 100 degrees Celsius, that is 373 Kelvin. There will be a phase change, right? Means here there will be a vapor. There will be a vapor. Therefore, from 100 degrees Celsius water to 100 degrees Celsius vapor, there will be a phase change from liquid state to vapor state. And during this, this is called vaporization. This is called vaporization. And during this, whatever may be the heat is called latent heat of vaporization. Therefore, in fourth case, there is no temperature change, there is only phase change. Therefore, the heat is called latent heat. Therefore, this Q4 is nothing but mass into latent heat of vaporization now. It is latent heat of vaporization now, right? And entropy change. Therefore, ds4 will be equal to, as it is constant temperature process, it is heat Q4 divided by temperature T3. Therefore, ds4 is equal to mass into latent heat of vaporization divided by T3 is 373 Kelvin. T3 is 373 Kelvin and T2 is 273 Kelvin, right? Now again, after conversion into, after phase change, if I go on heating, let us heat again. If I go on heating, then temperature will change for the vapor. Therefore, here there will be a vapor only. There will be a vapor only, and temperature T4 will change. Now we have to reach up to from -5 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius. That is our range. Therefore, T4 is equal to 150 degrees Celsius, which is nothing but, if I convert into Kelvin, 423 Kelvin. Right. Now, my dear students, here during this heating, the state is vapor state, that is steam, right? Therefore, here this heat is responsible for temperature change, and in vapor form, whenever I heat at constant pressure, then the process is called, since it is called superheating. Therefore, during this 5, the heat supplied is superheat, which is nothing but again called sensible heat because it is temperature changing. Therefore, heat supplied Q5 is equal to mcp. Now it is in vapor form, so we have to consider vapor. mcp of vapor into T4 minus T3. This is the Q5, and ds5 entropy change will be mcp of vapor ln of T4 divided by T3. This will be the entropy change. Now this is how there will be a phase change, and this is how there is a entropy change, right? My dear students, for conversion of ice, m kg of ice, whatever may be the kg, let us say it is a m kg ice. For the conversion of 1 m kg ice from -5 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius, there are these many stages. First, ice will convert into ice at 0 degrees Celsius, then ice will convert into water at same temperature, then water will convert into water at 100 degrees Celsius, means temperature change of water, then water will evaporate, that is phase change of water, then there will be a superheating, right? These many stages are there. Therefore, there are 5 stages, and during 5 stages we need to supply heat, as well as there will be a entropy change, and this entropy change is the entropy change of ice. So if you want to find, for this case, if you want to total entropy change and total heat supplied during this process is nothing but, now my dear students, here, therefore ice is your system here. Therefore, total heat supplied is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4 plus Q5 for converting ice, m kg of ice from -5 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius. This much amount of heat we have to supply, and during this process, entropy change of ice will be equal to, we can say, ds1 plus ds2 plus ds3 plus ds4 plus ds5, right? And my dear students, the latent heat of fusion for the ice, that means for the conversion of 1 kg of water into ice, or 1 kg of ice into water, then we have to supply heat of 336 kilojoule per kg. This is called latent heat of fusion of ice. And latent heat of vaporization, that means for conversion of 1 kg of water into vapor, or 1 kg of vapor into water, then heat required is, this is 2500 kilojoule per kg. This is the latent heat of vaporization, right? And if I multiply with mass, then I will get total heat. And my dear students, we know that the specific heat at constant pressure for water, is nothing but 4.187. It is in kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Right? And my dear students, the specific heat of solid, for any substance, the specific heat of solid is always half of the specific heat of liquid. Therefore, specific heat of liquid divided by 2. Therefore, we can say specific heat of ice is equal to specific heat of water divided by 2, which is nothing but 4.187 divided by 2, which is nothing but, therefore Cp of ice is approximately equal to 2.1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Let us find the exact value. It may be a 2.09 something, right? You will get like this. Remember always, specific heat of solid is always half of the specific heat of liquid. Now for this phase change from minus 5 degrees Celsius ice to 150 degrees Celsius vapor, let us draw temperature versus entropy diagram. Here we will draw temperature versus entropy diagram. Right, on y-axis there will be a temperature, and on x-axis there will be entropy. Now let us say here we have minus 5 degrees Celsius, ice, now whenever this ice in solid state, here let us say the state is somewhere here, entropy is somewhere here. Let us say this is the state number 1. It is in solid state. Now this solid is heated up to 0 degrees Celsius. Therefore at 0 degrees Celsius also, here 0 degrees Celsius, there will be ice only, means solid state. Means from this 1 to 2, let us say 1 to 2, it is in solid state. So let us observe this 1 to 2. If I say 1 to 2, it is in solid state, right? Now after this, once this solid will start converting into liquid, therefore there will be a phase change at 0 degrees Celsius. Therefore from 2 to 3, we can say from 2 to 3, it is in solid plus liquid state. Now once it reaches at 3, then on heating again there will be a temperature change, right? From 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, there will be a temperature change, means it is in liquid state. Up to, we can say, 100 degrees Celsius. Here 100 degrees Celsius, right? And at 100 degrees Celsius it will start converting into liquid, start converting into vapor. Therefore there will be a liquid vapor dome. Now my dear students, here there is a liquid vapor dome like this on TS diagram. Here this is a saturated liquid line, and here there is a saturated vapor line, and there will be a critical point in this liquid vapor dome, right? There will be a critical point in this liquid vapor dome that already we have seen in previous lecture. Therefore here, if again heated at 100 degrees Celsius, there will be a phase change, and during this phase change, that is 3 to 4 is liquid state, 4 to 5 is liquid plus vapor state, right? And 5, at 5 again heated at constant pressure, then there will be a superheating, that is 5 to 6, there will be a superheating, and it is in vapor state. Now my dear students, in a single state region, on heating in single state region, observe in solid state, here in solid state, on heating temperature also increasing, entropy also increasing, right? Therefore temperature, entropy is increasing, temperature is also increasing, therefore slope is positive. Now observe in liquid state, on heating, as entropy increases, temperature also increases, positive slope. In vapor state, on heating, as temperature increases, entropy also increases, therefore positive slope. Therefore we can say, in single phase region, that is solid or liquid or vapor, on heating the slope is positive on temperature versus entropy diagram. But in two phase region, that is phase change, during phase change, solid to liquid or liquid to vapor, now during phase change slope is constant. Here solid plus liquid, temperature is constant, no, therefore slope is horizontal line and slope is constant. Therefore during two phase region slope is constant. Here slope is 0, here slope is constant, which is 0, constant at 0, because slope is nothing but change in temperature with respect to change in entropy, and during phase change temperature do not change, means change in temperature is 0, therefore it is 0. The slope is constant at 0, that we can say, right? And as pressure changes, let us say if pressure increases, then saturation temperature also increases. Saturation temperature is nothing but temperature at which there is a phase change. Therefore at higher pressure the diagram will go like this. At higher pressure the diagram will go like this. This is P1 is equal to constant. Now P2 constant, the diagram will go like this. This will be the phase change for P2 is equal to constant. As pressure goes on increasing, the saturation temperature also goes on increasing. Thank you dear students. In next lecture we will see representation of all the processes on PV, TS and HS diagram for liquid vapor dome.